Yeah, welcome to VTU Press. My name is Victor. Today, we'll be talking about setting up your payment gateway on VTU Press. This is a very straightforward lesson and it's very easy to get started with. The first things first, this is the VTU Press dashboard. All right, you click on the settings. So once you click on that, it will load up the gateway, the settings page, in which you would have to set up your gateways, and not just gateways, there are other settings you can do here. All right. So we are focusing on the payment gateway itself. So we'll click on payment gateway. And now we are here. We have lots of gateways instead of BTU Press. But mind you, some gateways are actually free. The free ones we have here are the Monify and then the Paystack. So we also have the Secure Wave right here. We have the Secure Wave, we have the Monify, we have the Paystack. But the NC Wallet Payment Pointed Pay are actually premium modules. You can come to the modules page here. So we have a special lesson for modules itself, but let's focus on today's lesson. Then we can click on any of them. All right, we can click on, let me say, it pay. Click on it pay, and now we are here. Okay, you can make this active. If you set this as inactive, you won't be able to see the payment gateway in the front end. So you can set maybe require BVN. If you set this as require BVN, if your users are trying to generate an account number using pay, they won't be able to see the account number. In fact, on clicking on the button, they will see a pop-up of completing their KYC or entering their BVN to proceed. Same thing with the require NIN. All right, use admin bio. In some cases, you want to bypass your users entering their BVN or NIN just to make everything more easier. You can make use of your admin bio. Just note that it's kind of risky though. So it's kind of risky. If you know your audience very well, there's no problem. Because if you set this to yes, anytime any user is coming to your website to generate an account number, it will actually be making use of your admin BVN or NIN credentials to proceed and generate that payment gateway for them. You understand? So the minimum funding, this is for like Paystack, or let me say um any or Monify. You understand? Or Monify. Those gateways have the on-site module whereby it pops up a form to fill with a minimum funding amount and stuff like that. So this, just ignore this for gateways that deals with generating an account number. You understand? So the funding charge, this is the charge you want to specify how much you want to charge your user for when funding. So if they're funding 200 naira and you set 10% charge here, they will end up getting 10% off the actual price. You understand? They'll end up getting 10%, at least they'll be credited with just 180 naira instead of 200 naira. All right. Now the funding threshold is, in some cases you want two funding system. Now this one is the general funding system. So let me set this up and explain. Okay. All right. Now right here, I'm trying to say that if that user funds any amount, at least, or let me say at least 1,000 naira, they will be charged this 5 percentage. Let me use percentage here. I can use 5 or percentage. They will be charged 5%. But if they are funding less than 1,000 naira, they will be charged this 10 naira, or let me use 10%. Anyone. So this is just for, okay, I want my users to like fund more. All right. Let me see. I said it's 10,000. I'm trying to say that if any user funds 10,000 and above, they will be charged 5%. But if they fund less than 10,000 naira, they will be charged 10%. And also, do not forget, not all gateways is available for all countries. Now, this is just for Nigeria, all right? Because our major audience, our this is actually coming from Nigeria, so that's why I'm making use of Nigeria here. So, for Ghana, you may not be seeing all these EatPay, Secure Wave, because they're actually for Nigerian audience. All right. So the other settings here are what is required. That's maybe the business ID. Anything that's required will actually be shown this green border. You can see this is actually having green border, but all these are not having green. But instead of that, they're having gray. You understand? So you just set up your API keys as required from the form you see here. You can copy all this from the payment gateway and then you paste them. You don't need to touch this aspect, these banks here. Just let this be. Just let this be, please. So except you are told to change some things, do not just touch these banks here. Just leave that alone. Just set up this one, two, three, and that's all. So the same thing is applicable for it's applicable to other gateways as well. So it's all the same thing. It's as easy as that. So if we check our front end, okay, this is the modus page. Let's check our front end. Yeah, this is the front end. As you can see, we have lots of gateways here. We are having two pages here because these two gateways offer same bank account. You understand? So we can generate here. So I'm not using my live API key, so I'll be having errors when I try to generate. Okay. Same thing with all these. They are all the same thing. So if I disable it at the back end here, that's this admin section, I won't be able to see the PAMP for this. This section will be actually be disabled. So that's all about generating account number on VTO Press. Is as very simple as anything. So thank you.